What's up, YouTube? So, I wanted to make this video to give a little first-hand account of my experience with something called DXM. Now, I like psychedelics. You know, I love acid, I love shrooms, but in my area, it's not easy to come by. You know, it doesn't make its rounds through town very much. Sometimes you'll find a guy who's like, "Hey, I know where to get some acid. You know, he's about to run out, so if you want some, you better get it. I don't know when he's going to have more, if he even is going to have more. So if you want it, you better get it." And that's how it was with anything, you know. So I've experimented a little bit with over-the-counter stuff, like DPH, which is the active ingredient in Benadryl, which that itself is, that's, don't do it. Don't do it for sure. But my experience with that is a whole nother story in itself, you know. But I'd been browsing Reddit, and I come across this stuff called DXM. I'm like, what is that, you know? And it turns out it's the stuff in, like, Robitussin, over-the-counter stuff that you could just go buy from Walmart. So I tried it. I tried it a couple of times with some syrup that I got from Walmart, and I didn't like it that much. You know, it made me itch, didn't really get me feeling high, like maybe I felt kind of fuzzy, kind of weird, you know, but didn't really do much for me. And the more I was on Reddit, the more I saw, like, people talking about stuff called RoboCough, right? And apparently it's like a freebase form, like, and these pills, the only thing in them is DXM. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe I'll try those. You know, maybe that's what I need to actually get the full experience with this shit. You know what I mean? And then there's a whole plateau system. You know, anyone who knows anything about DXM knows all about the plateaus. I'm not going to sit here and explain all of them. There's so many other people who have. But anyway, I ordered me this bottle of RoboCough. This is what it looks like right here for anyone who doesn't know. You know, apparently it's supposed to last longer, hit stronger, and just be a better experience overall. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. I even posted like, hey, do you guys think 500 milligrams of some freebase RoboCough would be, you know, like a nice trip for a first timer who's never really had a DXM trip before? You know, and everybody's like, oh, whoa, dude, don't do that much. You know, 500 milligrams first time is crazy. So they actually got me thinking a little bit, like maybe I am tripping. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't take that much. So at first I ended up taking 390 milligrams of this shit, and you know, at first the high, it really wasn't much. I thought it was gonna be a lot of the same. You know, like the body high, if you even want to call it that, on DXM is so weird. You know. Like, first of all, the itch, like this time when I did this, I took a 50 milligram Benadryl to, like, kind of just stop the reaction that it usually does, making you really itchy and shit. But I remember, it felt like there was like a rubber band, but not on my head. It felt like it was on my brain or something. Like, that's the only way I know how to describe it. Like, I'm sitting here on my couch right here, and I'm feeling my head, and it doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? It's like oddly felt kind of good, you know? And I'm sitting here feeling my head, and I'm just like, man, what is going on, bro? This feels so weird. And I was watching Family Guy. I was watching classic Family Guy, and the more the high set in, the more I felt kind of like oddly like a part of the Griffin's household, you know what I mean? And it was probably also helped by the fact that I was watching the old ones. So as I, like, you know, I'm watching it, and like they actually treat Meg like a human fucking being, you know, and it's like I'm sitting there like, oh, this is nice, you know, like this is a nice, you know, family that's got their own little problems, and I'm a part of this family, you know what I mean? And my sense of time was fucked, man, fucked. It felt like 5 hours had gone by, and And then I look at the time, and it's like, it's only been 30 minutes. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I remember watching Family Guy, and I'm pretty sure it was because it's like the old animation was like kind of shitty. You know what I mean? But I would keep turning it back because like the animation was tripping me out, and I would be like, did the animation always look that bad in this episode? Like, and I'd go back like 4 times watching it. The one that I went back the most on was it was the episode where Meg had tried out for the cheerleading team, and whenever she came home and Peter asked her like how it went, she did this like little dance. She said, SUCKED, suck. Did this little cheerleader dance. That dance tripped me out so bad because I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm like, there's no way animators did this. That looks so shitty. You know, that looks so bad. Has it always been like that? Because I hadn't watched fucking classic Family Guy in years since this not. So, this probably went on for, like, the better part of an hour, maybe. Like, I'm just sitting here watching Family Guy. I'm feeling real weird, real funny. And, I noticed that if I would close my eyes, like, one time I closed my eyes and it looked like I was underwater. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the ocean and I'm probably about like 4 feet underwater, like on my back, and I'm just like watching the waves flow over me. You know what I mean? And I'm like slowly, like very slowly sinking a little bit deeper into the water until I can't see the fucking waves no more. Now, open my eyes, because I'm still fucking conscious at this point. Open my eyes, watching TV. At another point, I closed my eyes, and I was like in a desert or something, and there was like this big pillar that was just pouring sand. You know what I mean? This big pillar just pouring sand in the desert. And I opened my eyes, back to watching Family Guy, Now, at one point, I got up, I had to shit. I had to shit really bad. And I get up, and I'm trying to walk to the bathroom, kind of stumbling a little bit, like I wouldn't even say that it's like I'm drunk stumbling. You know what I mean? It's just like it feels so weird to walk that I'm sitting here like meticulously paying attention to every step, and I'm like, like almost like I'm sneaking around. You know what I mean? I'm the only one here. So I ended up taking a shit, and I thought I was coming down. I think by this point it had probably been like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And I think I'm coming down. So I'm like, I'm kind of digging this a little bit, like I don't want to come down just yet. So I end up taking, I can't remember exactly how many pills it was, but I remember I bumped my dosage altogether to 630 milligrams. So I obviously wasn't thinking very straight. And then at this point, that's like maybe 10 minutes after I took the rest of those, that's when it's like I actually started hallucinating. I remember I'm sitting here watching Family Guy, and I feel the like intensity kind of start coming back on again, and I'm like, okay, cool, I saved my high, But then like my vision slowly, it's like there's 2 of them slowly, boom, 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 double vision. But it's not like alcoholic double vision, where you got the original image, and then you got the double vision, just like parallel perfectly to it. This double vision, it's like, here's the original image, here's the double vision. Is like up here, you know what I mean? And it's moving. They're like melding and fucking mixing into each other. It's crazy. It was weird. I had to sit here and like do this while I was watching TV so I can actually see what I was fucking looking at. Now, I don't know if I passed out. I'm thinking the Benadryl the Benadryl I took for the itch was probably why I ended up falling asleep, if that is what happened. Because for all I know, I could have just been sitting there with my eyes open completely in fucking La La Land, you know what I mean? But at some point, I kind of just totally left my body. You know what I mean? I was in the fucking outworld. I can't remember. My memories of being here are so vague. You know, like some of them I remember it like it was just fucking yesterday. Like the first thing I remember was I was in a factory. It looked just like the factory that I work in, but instead of building what they build at my factory, they were building realistic human robots. Right? Like in my factory, there's these lines everywhere that you hang a part on, and it'll take it to the ovens or take it to treatment, take it to paint, wherever it needs to go, right? But instead, on these lines, like some of the lines had arms on them, some of the lines had legs on them, some of the lines had complete human robots. And it's like, when I say realistic human robots, I mean it looked like people, you know, like just lifeless people were hanging on these hooks, fucking going up to wherever they're going, you know. And I was a robot that was made to hunt down the actual humans. You know what I mean? Because we're replacing everybody with robots. So basically, I was the Terminator. I remember they were briefing me that, like, we were out in the parking lot and they were briefing me of what I was supposed to go do next. And it's like, oh yeah, that's just always how it's been. Well, of course I'm a robot, you know. Like this is what I was made for. And then another point, I remember I was in my living room, right, and the walls were like just smooth, and they were just pure white. Like it looked like I was in like there was something hanging on the roof or off the ceiling, and it looked like an alien operation room or something. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting in the floor, and I'm completely naked, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, like what happened? You know what I mean? Like, did I break reality? You know, like, I didn't know, like, I totally forgot that I did drugs. Like, and I'm sitting here like, I've either broken reality, you know, so now I'm never going to have a normal day ever again. I'm going to be stuck in this whatever the fuck it is. You know, I don't know what it is. And at one point, I remember I'm sitting on the floor naked, and then like 6 other of my living rooms, it's like they're on a whole nother plane of existence, and 6 different existences, and I'm sitting in every single one of them doing the same thing, you know what I mean? And like all of them, it's like, here's the first one, here's the second one, third, fourth, fifth, you know, all right beside each other. We can all see each other. It's me doing the same thing. Like if I moved my head in the one that I'm sitting in, all my other fucking alternate selves would move the same way, you know. And I ended up getting up, and I jumped through the floor, you know what I mean? Like it was like I was going down a ledge, you know. I jumped down, and I'm like, I jump into a complete copy of the living room I was just fucking in, the goddamn alien operation living room. And the wall that's sitting here right in front of me just opened up. My TV, my table, everything that was right in front of this wall just got sucked into fucking non-existence. And the wall opened up into a jungle. And I don't remember much of the jungle. I just remember the foliage was so thick. You know what I mean? Like, thick to the point if you just like hollowed you out a little space in the middle of this foliage to where you could like sit down, move around, whatever, like it would basically like be in a room. You know what I mean? Like the fucking bushes and the trees and shit around you would make like a little room. Like rain wouldn't even get through it. The brush was so thick. And then that's all I remember about being in that jungle. But at another point, I was in like, it was like the back rooms. You know, it was like endless hallways. But the walls were all just pure white. Floor was pure white, ceiling was pure white. So it's like you're just walking down a pure white tunnel that leads to more pure white tunnels. And I'm sitting in like the only chair that I'd found in this tunnel. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, did I die? I'm like, am I in the afterlife right now? Am I in like, is this hell? Is this purgatory? I know this ain't heaven. know for a fact I ain't in fucking heaven right now. If this is heaven, then fucking heaven's fucked up. So I'm like, I'm still trying to figure out what is happening. Like, did I break reality? Did I die at one point? Like, how did I die? If I did die, and I'm sad. I'm sad because I'm like, I'm never gonna have another fucking normal day again. And throughout this fucking journey, I guess, I kept seeing this thing. Everywhere I would go, I kept seeing this thing. And every time I would jump to a new fucking world, this thing would get a little bit more clear. Right? Get a little bit more clear, and a little bit more clear, and a little bit more clear, until eventually I realized, that's me. I was like, that's me. That's me sitting on my couch. Like, I'm sitting there asleep, and I'm standing at the foot of the couch, looking at myself, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, I get sucked right back into I'm like taken off my feet and put back into my body. And when I woke up, and I'm actually in real reality this time, I wake up, I open my eyes, I lay there for a minute with my eyes open, and then I jerk up and I go, I'm feeling everything around me, feeling myself. And like, I got, and I'm tripping so fucking hard at this point when I finally wake up. The walls look like toilet paper. There's like a green hue. Can't see where the green is coming from, but there's green, like a green neon light. And yeah, I wake up, I'm feeling myself. I get up, and I'm naked also. Like, I took my clothes off at one point. But I get up and I'm standing in my kitchen, butt ass naked, and I'm like, and I'm like questioning if I need to call an ambulance. I almost called an ambulance because I was like, this is too much. I took too much. This is too intense. I think I might need it. I convinced myself not to. And I sat back down, and I was watching Family Guy with one eye closed, so to try to fix that double vision. And I didn't let myself relax because I was scared if I relax again, I'm going to go fucking back on my spiritual journey, and I didn't like it. So, and funny enough, I woke up the next day, I felt fine. Hell, I went and drank beer the next night, you know what I mean? A lot of people say that, like, the hangover's real shitty. Some people say they feel real good the next day. For me, it was like I didn't do anything. It was like, oh, just had a normal night the night before, But yeah, I'd never read a trip report that could have prepared me for the experience that I had. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard some crazy DXM trip reports, but that one, it was, really, it was scary, man. It was scary. It was oddly fun. Like, once I realized I was like, oh yeah, I took drugs, and that's why my fucking whole reality is warping and disintegrating in front of me, So yeah, I liked it. I don't regret that I did it. Hell, I might even do it again one day. Who knows? Fuck. I really want to do salvia. I think salvia would be real fun. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe you have fun being a doorknob for 10 years. Who knows? Be a good little experience, wouldn't it? I mean, shit. How could being a doorknob for 10 years not teach you something, right? But yeah, DXM, man, if you want to try it, man, I don't recommend anybody try any kind of drug. You know what I mean? Leave it to the professionals, right? Leave it to the professionals who don't care about themselves. But if you do try it, it's like, be careful, man. Don't do too much. Find a community. Get on Reddit. Ask them any question you got about it. Be as safe as possible if you are going to do it. I still say don't, but don't underestimate it if you do. Because if you underestimate it like I did, boy, you're going to be in a hell. You're going to be in for one hell of a fucking experience, buddy. And you may or may not like it. So just be careful, everybody. Hey, thanks for listening, man. I hope some people get to watching this, man. It's fun telling it. You know, it's a lot easier to tell a story like that, through word of mouth. It's hard to fucking really type what you experience. You know, it's hard to talk about what you experience. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening. That's all I got for now. Peace.